Matt and Zach, thanks for your patience in this. This has been a crazy few weeks for me, just shutting everything down. It's been kind of nuts. All right, let's get into this. Right now, you're at about 87-degree squat. So you do squat very, very well. Right out of the get-go, I think your hands are separating too early, though. Your ball and glove separating a little bit too early. So let's get into that. Back leg squat's not an issue. You squat very, very well. Let's see you line up. No issue in your front leg. Let's look at the extension. Right at plant leg. Let's see here. 115 is fabulous. Okay, so your lower half checks out pretty well. Let's look at your front knee. This might be where we can get some velocity. My fingers are not working this morning. 134. That's not too bad. It comes up a little bit. So basically, I think this is something that you can improve on for sure. We're going to suck this front knee back, okay? And there's some drills we're going to be covering tomorrow on our workout on Facebook. We're going to do a Facebook Live, and I'm gonna focus on some things that can help you for sure. But that front knee needs to come back so that your chest can go through. And what happens is, I'm looking at this back leg right here. This back leg should be straight. What happens is, before you throw the ball, your back leg comes off, so you don't have as much ground force contact with that back leg as you should to be able to maintain that chest going forward into release point. So that's something I want you to focus on. Power to the back leg, and trying to continue to push. Your weight needs to be more going this way instead of just going that way. And that way your heel will pop up and go forward and rotate, not just fold over this way. You're getting more of a rotational this way. I want movement with the back heel coming here. So I know it's very small, but I think that can help a lot. So let's look at posture, ball release right here. Okay, so your posture right here, this is what we call a B posture. What that means is, when you come back and set here, your posture is kind of crossing up right now. You have to really move that head. So what I'd like you to do is get your chest more into here, that you can use this upper body to rotate back, keep this head over that front foot, or over that back foot, and that allows you to maintain energy through the ball. Right now, your axis change is quite a bit, so I'd like you to work on getting your chest up. Now, part of the reason why you can't get your chest up is because your hands are separated so early. So you kind of hanging yourself out to dry. And I want these moving parts to happen a little bit later in the throwing motion. So posture, ball release, you're a B posture. So I really want you to move that chest back. That's going to help minimize and maximize that axial change. So you're not moving so much here. All right, let's go into stacking. Stacking, you do a fabulous job. I think everything looks good other than you release that ball out of that glove a little bit too early. so that front glove's not in an ideal position right when you plant. There's some things that are off that are changing that rotation. So some of it has to do with your posture change, and some of it has to do with your hand release. So I want you to hold on to that glove a little bit longer, and do some drills out of there. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's it. All right. Okay. So posture or stacking is good. Let's look at your front glove. Right now, watch. It's up. It's actually not horrible. So you're doing a good job of pinching into that scap, and that's what I want. That's going to help you rotate through. But because your posture is changing so much, your rotation's not as good as it could be. So I think that's going to help a ton for you to do that, especially that front glove. And let's see here. Front glove's good. So what I like to do with that front glove is put a ball in the front glove, like a 2 pound or 1 pound ball, and that doesn't allow you to drop that front glove, and it makes, right here you can see the relationship. It's dropping instead of rotating this way. So the front glove goes this way, and then the chest and arm come through. All right. Wham bam. Okay. We're going to get into our high elbow. Trying to measure this. It's a little bit hard to measure right here, but you're not too bad. I think you might have a high elbow right here. The scap is pinched. The elbow comes up a little bit. You rotate up instead of through. So you have a little bit of a high elbow. And what that means is the chest has got to start rotating better. Part of it's the axis change that I've talked about. Part of it's a front glove. Part of it is the hand out of the glove too early. So you're not rotating very well. Those all play into this. But that leads us to this point. So now your elbow's a little bit too high, and that might create tension on your shoulder, especially the labrum and the elbow potentially. And let's see here. Boom, boom. Everything else looks good. Poster. So at release point, so that's good. So it's not too bad, but I want you to work on rotating better, and I think that's going to help. I talked about this before. Back leg needs to maintain ground contact as well as you can, and by doing so, you're going to be able to drive harder with that chest. And so, what we're going to do right now is measure this back, this chest. The chest extension of 43. That's pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. Front knee could be better, and that's going to help increase your chest extension through. And I think you could get up to even 50 degrees. Granke's at 52. So you always can drive harder with that chest. But I think your rotation is off. The symmetry in your body is off, and I think that's where we're going to clean some things up velocity-wise. So chest extension's okay. It's not bad. And right here, I'm going to look at hand fly out. So between these two frames, I'd like to say this is where you're at. This is over your elbow. Can you meet me in the middle? Can you be right here? Maybe two or 3 inches. What that means is front glove's got to improve. The chest has got to drive better. High elbow's got to go away so you can rotate through. How do I do that? Well, we move your chest back into this axis where you actually throw from, so your head's not moving so much. And we have you hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and that way you're going to rotate with your chest, and then the elbow, and then the wrist, and everything is going to come through a little bit better. So it's going to be a combination of a lot of things. Now, online, 212athlete.com, we have our online training. All of these weaknesses, this is what we call an arm fly out. All of these weaknesses are, there's drills to fix each weakness. So there's a lot of resources online. I believe it's $16 a month, and it's well worth it. There's 40 plus videos. Everything's categorized by weakness, and it's very, very easy to understand. And I explain everything on there, even more than I'm doing now. Right now, we're just kind of diagnosing it, and then online, it's fabulous. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day, and thanks for being patient with me in this craziness. Thanks, man.